right now my self-esteem is shot. So even like I see him and I'm just like fuck it.
When you okay, hold
So
on,
plus the
hold on. Okay, let's unpack that a little bit. We got something. Let's dig in there a bit. So you're saying your self esteem is kind of low, and then you see a woman that you want, but something inside of you is telling you you don't feel like it, or oh, might not be interested anyway, or something like that, or like
yeah,
what's going on in your
something
mind?
something like that. Plus the red pill shit is like she's gonna be a bitch. She's probably just gonna steal, take all my money and that negativity.
Hmm. Oh, okay. So like all that like kind of red pill rage, or that just that philosophy and that belief system could be holding
Yeah,
you
yeah,
back.
yeah. Do you recommend I try to get better at night game?
Yeah, I think it's a good skill to learn. Like, I don't really do it so much anymore, but I got so good at night game, it makes day game way easier. Because, like, when you're in a club, you have, like, loud music, it's hard to talk, there's lights flashing, bands playing, and there's so many women just here and there. It's such like a high speed, fast paced interaction. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Like, hey, what's up? You guys from out of town? Da da da. Okay, cool. High five. Bam. I'm talking to this chick. You're talking to this chick, and it gets crazy. But when you get used to doing that, all of a sudden you're walking through a park or a coffee shop, and there's a girl over here, and a chick over here, and a cashier, and now it's like boom, boom, boom. Everything's slower in day game. So when you get used to that high energy nightclub approaching, all of a sudden like day game is like being Neo in the Matrix. Everything's fucking slow. You can see everything that's going on. And then you see a chick and you're just like, oh hey, what's up? You go talk to her for a second. I'm just having coffee if you want to join me for a few minutes. Whether you're at a nightclub or a roller rink or an ice rink or the beach or a park, anywhere you go, it's always the same kind of pattern. Like at a club, you've got a dance floor and you've got a bar, and generally you'll meet girls on the dance floor, and then you take them to the bar, and then you take them to kind of the lounge area to sit down and have a drink and talk, and eventually, hopefully, go back to your house. But like, say for example, a roller rink. You could be at a roller rink on a I don't know, a Tuesday night or whatever, and it's the same thing. It's like a floor, and then instead of a bar though, it's a snack bar, and then some sit down tables, so you can be skating around and meet a chick on the skating rink floor, and then you take her to the snack bar to get a pizza and a Coke, and then sit down at the table, and then maybe grab her number. I don't know if you're gonna pull a one night stand from a skating rink, but you get the idea, right? Same thing with like an ice rink. You can be skating around and then take a girl to the snack bar to get a hot chocolate and then sit down and have a drink with her. So at the beach, for example, when you're doing day game, you meet a girl who's sitting on her towel, or you're swimming out in the water, and you know you go meet her and high five her, talk to her for a second. Oh, what'd you guys bring in your cooler? We got these beers. Da, da, da. What are you guys drinking on? And then usually you can take them to kind of like, go get a hot dog or a hamburger right there on the beach, and then maybe go sit back down at your towel and just chit chat with her for a while. And
Yeah.
so all of these different venues they're all kind of the same little things. It's the same principle. Even like a gym, you could be going out working out on the gym floor and meet a girl on the treadmill, and then usually most gyms will have like a juice bar, so you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go get a protein shake. Do you want to join me? Or go get a protein bar. In the gym that I work out at UNLV across the street, like you could meet a chick on the treadmill or the elliptical, and then there's like kind of a little breakfast bar with eggs and bagels and protein shakes, and then there's you know chairs everywhere that you could sit down, or even for example like you could meet a chick at the yoga class or the spin class, or you could meet them, maybe she's on the elliptical or the treadmill, and you go, well, they do a spin class I was going to go to. Are you going to go to this afterwards? She might just go, okay. Next thing you know, you guys are like on the cycles together, having kind of like a little date inside of a gym, and then from there, get her number. So it's really like working the logistics of the situation. For me, like a martial artist, like you got to use everything in your environment in order to, you know, anything can become a weapon in order to defeat your enemy. So the same thing with dating, like wherever you're at, try to look at the situation. What can I use? What's going to help me here to get this girl? Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ryan. So today we're doing another coaching session. We got a dating coaching client. He wants to learn how to pick up chicks, get out there and approach and start getting laid, as far as I know. Didn't get a chance to talk to him yet. He just paid in, and we're going to be doing this through Facebook coaching. So we'll give you guys like a behind the scenes of what coaching is about and what goes on these coaching calls. And hopefully you guys can also pick up some tips and tricks yourself. So, real quick before we click on, let's see something he said. So I hope you can inspire me to go out and approach in my downtime. That would be amazing. My cars are all fucked red. I think he spelled that wrong. So I can't work. I'm open to, I guess, basically he can go out and approach, but he doesn't like know how to approach it. I usually do drugs to deal with approach anxiety. It's kind of fucked up, but sometimes I approach them. When I meet them later, they literally drop their drawers. Right on. So I guess what he's saying is like he's probably going to need that natural confidence, like, or he's using drugs or alcohol to give him that liquid courage. And I've met a lot of guys like that. My wingman used to be like that. Like he just couldn't approach, and he would have to have like a couple Red Bulls and vodkas in order to garner enough courage in order to go into the set and approach his target or a group of girls. And then anyway, I tend not to do that. I don't like to use. I just like to drink water when I go out. I want to have that bulletproof confidence of like, hey, I'm a man. I go out and I take what I want. I see a bitch and I'm like, I want to fuck her. She's going home with me tonight, and I just go up, boom, and go into set and do that, and without needing alcohol. If I want to drink, I'm gonna drink here for cheap, like with my homies, and not have to worry about chasing women and something like that. So let's see. I'm so nervous. I said, I replied to him, no need to be not nervous. We're just two dudes hanging out, having a FaceTime call, and talking about chicks and basically how to get them into bed. So, all right, let's hit him up, and we'll see how this goes. Obviously, of course, it has to be blocked out to protect the client's privacy. I never release anybody's personal information or pictures or anything like that without their permission. So, here we go. Let's hit this up. Let's see how we do here. Yo.
Hey, Ryan.
There it goes. Yeah, you good?
What's up?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, dude. It's good to see you, man. I really like you, man. I like your videos. I like your, what is it called? Soap shoe?
Oh, yeah. Soap or die?
Yeah.
Thanks, bro, dude. I appreciate
Soap or
that.
die. Yeah, I know you do some other stuff like video editing and movies.
Yeah, I try to stay busy when I can.
Yeah.
So how can I help you?
And I just feel lost, man. I mean, like I want to get better at dating, but it's just, I don't know, man. I've been really keeping to myself lately.
Gotcha. What have you been doing?
Just, I've been working really hard.
Okay.
Like 80 hours a week.
That's good.
So,
tiresome.
my problem really is like I really got into the red pill stuff, like, and a lot of that stuff is really negative, man. Like I can't lie, like I mean, part of it is truthful because it is true, but it can kind of make you like not want to take action, you know? Like
in what way would you say? Like from
like
red pill rage or just frustration or?
Just hearing how women are going to cheat on you and they just want to baby trap you and they're just all kinds of shit, man.
And then like how does that make you feel when you're reading that stuff or watching that content?
It it makes me not really want to go out and interact with women. I mean, I wasn't really the most social person. I never really did night game. I was never in bars or clubs, but I was in a day game. But I've really just been kind of focusing on my money, and I live right now. I live at home, which is kind of embarrassing. So I'd like to move out in the next couple of months.
So you're back with your like mom, dad, parents, whatever.
Mom and dad. I'd rather be with them than be homeless, you know. But
Of course, of course.
I mean, I'm probably around your age, so you know, it's not too cool.
How old are you right now?
39.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll be 42 in February, so yeah, right about there.
Yeah. So I think we're at good ages because women like older men, and plus women our age are terrible.
Hmm. What do you mean like women our age are terrible?
Like they just have emotional baggage. They're all single mothers, and they just want to skip into a relationship, and they really don't look that good.
What are hitting the wall and shit. What are your goals or aspirations in terms of dating? Like, how do you want your life to be?
I've never really thought of that as far as dating.
Like if I don't know, Magic Wizard came along and could just snap his fingers and you were living whatever life, whatever fantasies are going on in your head. Like, what does that end game look like for you? I'm just gonna be my bad. I'm just gonna be asking you like a whole bunch of questions because I kind of see because I don't know you, so I want to assess that situation and then kind of look at like the facts, exactly like where you're at versus what you want, and then help you to find a solution to get to that point.
Really, just have a good girl to come home to. I mean, I've been there. I've fucked a lot of girls, but I don't know. At my age, it just gets kind of old.
So you want like a LTR, long-term relationship with like maybe one special girl?
Maybe if I was fucking a bunch of girls right now, I'd feel a lot better about it, but I'm not. And yeah, it'd be cool to have a girlfriend.
Do you feel like depressed right now?
I get depressed. I try to keep busy by working all the time. Like I work 80 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I feel depressed, but yeah. If I could go out and do day game and just have fun doing it, that'd be a big help.
Day game.
Or even night game if I could. I'd probably have to go out myself. And I used to be an alcoholic, Ryan, and I used to like go to clubs and just get shit faced and get DUIs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that wasn't too good. Plus, I never really got laid. It was just bad.
Like going out and putting all that work and then not even getting the reward for it. No, like women at the end of the night and things.
Yeah, not really getting work, just getting shit-faced drunk and then making an ass of yourself. But I'm sober now. So, I mean, like, it's 6-7 months sober.
That's a long time. Congratulations.
But
have you noticed like any changes in that? Mentally, physically?
Yeah, I mean, I would say physically, I don't get hungover. My body isn't deteriorating. As far as mentally, I don't get tired all the time. I get nervous in social situations that alcohol usually, helps.
Oh, like liquid courage in a way?
What's up?
Like liquid courage, like being able to drink and then you feel like you can talk to women easier than if you were sober?
Yeah, liquid courage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a crutch.
So a couple things that was already like this. Obviously, like you have some things going on in your life that need to be fixed. Like obviously you're working your ass off 80 hours a week, and what do you plan on doing? Like, do you want to stay where you're at? Do you want to move into your own spot, roommate situation, or like?
My own spot, either by myself or a roommate. Maybe by myself. I think roommates are kind of, you know, they can, you know, not pay the rent all the time, and you don't have a good one.
Cramp your style and shit. When do you plan on like trying to get your own place?
By end of the year, February, March.
That's a good time. So that's not too bad. 4 or 5 months and working 80 hours a week and stacking some bread and
Yeah, I mean, I make like $1,000 a week, so.
There you go. Right there, like you're doing better than a lot of people. And you said you're open to doing day game and night game. Last week I had a client and he was like not open to any type of game other than like online game, because he's like he can't talk to people. So you're already like in a better situation than a lot of guys.
Yeah. Where I work is where do you live, Ryan?
Oh, I live in Las Vegas.
Okay, so I live in Florida, and
Nice.
I work in Delaware, and there's a lot of beautiful women there. So I could probably, I do food deliveries, and I could probably approach between deliveries.
Well, like doing whether it's day or night.
Yeah, day or night.
What type of day game would you say that you are running or that you want to run?
Like, what are the different types? Like, what do you mean?
Well, like when you said in between deliveries, like are you talking about like when you're at the store picking up some stuff, maybe approach the cashier? Or are you saying like you'd be going out to a specific location like a mall or a, a college campus or the beach or whatever, since you're in Florida, and like approaching girls in the day?
Yeah, I could do that. There's a beach. There's a mall down the street. I work on what's called Atlantic Avenue, which is really like kind of like a wannabe Hollywood Avenue, which is some rich people, and really hot women. So I could stop working and hit on them. Right now my self-esteem is shot. So like I see him and I'm just like, fuck it.
When you hold on.
Plus
let's unpack that a little bit. We got something. Let's dig in there a bit. So you're saying your self-esteem is kind of low, and then you see a woman that you want, but something inside of you is telling you you don't feel like it, or she might not be interested anyway, or something like that, or like what's going on in your mind?
Something like that. Plus the red pill shit is like, she's gonna be a bitch. She's probably just gonna take all my money, and that negativity.
Oh, okay. So like all that like kind of red pill rage, or that just that philosophy and that belief system could be holding you back. Yeah.
Like what do you think of the red pill?
So I like a lot of the philosophies on it. For me as a pickup artist, I like to take all of that stuff, like the red pill, the black pill, the MGTOW teachings, and I kind of want to listen to everything that they're saying and then go out and try the stuff and see what actually works, because a lot of these dudes that say that shit, they're not actually getting laid. They're just like, they're hearing it from someone else and then repeating it, and then that person hears it and they repeat it. And it's like that telephone game.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people can hear the red pill shit, and that it can help them navigate the dating world. A lot of people hear it and it just paralyzes them. They're just like, oh, fuck it, nothing's gonna work.
Like a lot of what they talk about, the women, like hypergamy, wanting your money, only dating up, all women are like that, unicorns, and like all of the topics that they talk about, yeah, there's a lot of truth to it. There's a lot of half truth to it. Being in Vegas, just the fact, like what I do, just since I've been with a few hundred girls, it's like I have that knowledge to be able to say like what really happens out in the field versus like some guy who's been with like 10 chicks and watches a bunch of videos and thinks he knows what's talking about. But there are some like decent women out there. Yeah, not as many as it would. You know, I wish there was more. But when you're out there and you see one of those girls, like you should just go in for the approach. And yeah, she might turn out to be a piece of shit. She might be a bitch, you know, like a money grubbing, gold digger, or whatever. But if you don't try, then you never know. Let me give you an example. There was this chick on Vegas, and she was like smoking hot, right? And I kind of looked at her. Then this was like maybe like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I was kind of like, oh, you know, I kind of want to go in and talk to her, but oh man, she might be out of my league. And literally like a second, she turned around and she started speaking, and it turned out she was fucking Swedish. She wasn't even a American white girl. And I was like, wait a minute. So I turned around and I was like, where's your accent from? She's like, oh, I'm from Sweden. And like she was totally warm and open to the approach. And like we ended up going down and getting like a little tea or something down the street. And it was just so weird because my first impression was, oh, she's probably just this blonde, you know, bimbo. Like she's probably gonna like give me the cold shoulder or ghost me. And it was like she wasn't even from this country. She turned out to be like a nice person, and I had a little date with her. So it's kind of like that. Kind of just taught me that it was like, if you see something, just go in and go for it. The worst thing she's gonna say is no. And for me, like, cold approaching is like playing a video game, you know, and you have a pocket full of quarters. So you put in that quarter, and yeah, you're playing that video game and your character dies, but you could just hit continue and put in another quarter. And so the next time you see the next girl, you just go back in and don't really think of it like it's a big deal. It's more like you're just playing a game. Hey, there's a chick. I'm going to go try my luck. Hey, what's up? You know, I saw you from over there. I thought you were super cute. I just want to say hello. My name's, you know, and then just see how she responds. If she responds warmly and she's like, oh yeah, I'm just hanging out, then you could be like, okay, well, I was about to go over here and get this drink or whatever. You know, do you want to roll with for a little bit? And if she's like, sorry, I'm not interested, I have a boyfriend, it's just like, okay, pleasure to meet you. Oh, hey, there's a chick over here. And then go into the next set. And try to do that with like 10 or 20 different girls.
Yeah.
In the daytime at the beach, like, you got a lot of, I don't know, I stayed in Florida for like a month. It was hella good times. But, you know, like at the beach, you have over there like little places, like you could approach them on their towel. And then usually there's like a little tiki bar or a place you could get drinks, and you could like literally take them right there for an instant date. Or they have like a hamburger, hot dog stand, and you know, in Florida they have a lot of clubs right there by the beach. How would you play it if you were out there doing that? Like, how would you approach and what would you say?
There's one girl I approached. I went up to her and I complimented her on her nails and told her she was cute. And just went from there. You just gotta bullshit them. I don't get too hung up on openers. When you're really technical like me, you do like, oh, should I do a direct opener or a whatever opener?
Mm-hmm.
Does that shit matter?
It matters kind of with the girl. It matters like how good looking you are. It matters on the situation. Like for me, again, I like to learn all of them, but other people, they just like to do one single style. So like, for example, like if you're really just out grocery shopping and you see a cute chick and you don't have a lot of time, you're just trying to like pick up some, you know, batteries and some milk or whatever and go home. But hey, you see the chick, like you could legit walk up to her and be like, hey, I know this is random. You know, I thought you were super cute. My buddy, he just got a flat tire, so I got to get out of here real quick. But I want to see if I can grab your number. Like, so you can just boom, 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 going like that. But if you're doing like a whole grocery shopping trip and you're casually taking your time, then you could start a conversation with a girl. Like, something I like to do is I'll be like, hey, random question, do you know where the peanut butter is at? And then you just say like, oh, I don't work here. And I say, yeah, but the people that do are ugly as fuck, and I thought you were kind of cute. And so she'll laugh at you. Oh, you're so funny. And I'll be like, oh, I'm just messing with you, actually. No, I'm just shopping. It's the daily grind. And you can have like just a casual conversation with her. And at the end of it, then be like, well, anyway, you seem cool. We should at least keep in touch. You know, I'm having a barbecue or a little pool party next week. You and your girlfriends are welcome to come. We could use a wild card. And she might be like, okay. And I'll say, oh, you know, do you text? You got a big phone. You probably text her. You could be my new texting girlfriend or something like that. And just take out your phone. For me, like, you know, when at the part of town I'm in, it's mostly locals. There's not a lot of tourists. So I'll usually, instead of saying, can I have your phone number, I already have the phone in my hand, and I'm just like, you're 702, right? And she'll say, yeah. And I'll say, what's the rest? So it's kind of like it already puts her into the motion. You're 702? Yeah. What's the rest? And then I don't even look at her when I say that. I'm just already asking that. And then I'm typing, she'll be like, you know, 416, da-da-da-da-da. And I'll say, how do you spell your name? Jennifer, Jen, da-da-da. And then she's in the phone already. And then I can hit her back later. Or, for example, if it's with a group of girls, instead of alienating all of her friends and just going after her, you can get numbers from all of them. You guys can all come to the pool party, get all of their numbers, and then the next day, just call back the one that you want. And if she mentions, oh, what about that party? You say, oh, there's something wrong with the chlorine in the pool, or, you know, my buddy is actually going to be out of town, so I'm going to wait to do that till he gets back, or whatever. Just, she'll forget about it anyway. But then when you hit her up, then you can be like, yeah, I was actually going to go out to this place tonight if you want to get a drink, or just take her, you know, back to your place. And I know you're in a situation right now at your mom's, but you know, once you have your own spot, you'll be able to just take girls right back to your place, and whether, you know, a little Netflix and chill, or, you know, have them come back. Hey, we could go drink. You know, we could watch some YouTube videos. Hey, I want to show you this video of this comedian. I think you'll like it. It's pretty funny. And just give them an excuse to come back. You don't ever have to say like, let's come back to have sex, because women like that plausible deniability to always put it on you, like it was always your fault. I met this guy and he said we were just going to go watch some YouTube videos, and oops, you know, we went back and had sex. So you can't ever give them the responsibility, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. Do you recommend I try to get better at night game?
Yeah, I think it's a good skill to learn. Like, I don't really do it so much anymore, but I got so good at night game, it makes day game way easier. Because like when you're in a club, you have like loud music, it's hard to talk, there's lights flashing, you know, bands playing, and there's so many women just here and there. It's such like a high speed, fast paced interaction. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Like, hey, what's up? You guys from out of town? You know, da da da. Okay, cool. High five. Bam. I'm talking to this chick. You're talking to this chick, and it gets crazy. But when you get used to doing that, all of a sudden, you're walking through a park or at a coffee shop, and there's a girl over here, and a chick over here, and a cashier, and now it's like boom, boom, boom. Everything's slower in day game. So when you get used to that high energy nightclub approaching, all of a sudden like day game is like being Neo in the Matrix. Everything's fucking slow. You can see everything that's going on, and then you see a chick and you're just like, oh, hey, what's up? You go talk to her for a second. You know, I'm just having coffee. If you want to join me for a few minutes, you could sit her down. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's a lot faster paced.
It's the same kind of thing with when you really look at the logistics of the situation, all of whether you're at a nightclub or a roller rink or an ice rink or the beach or a park, anywhere you go, it's always the same kind of pattern. Like at a club, you've got a dance floor and you've got a bar, and generally you'll meet girls on the dance floor, and then you take them to the bar, and then you take them to kind of the lounge area to sit down and have a drink and talk, and eventually hopefully go back to your house. But like, say for example, a roller rink. You could be at a roller rink on a, I don't know, a Tuesday night or whatever, and it's the same thing. It's like a floor, and then instead of a bar though, it's a snack bar, and then some sit down tables. So you could be skating around and meet a chick on the skating rink floor, and then you take her to the snack bar to get a pizza and a Coke, and then sit down at the table, and then maybe grab her number. I don't know if you're gonna pull a one night stand from a skating rink, but you get the idea, right? Same thing with like an ice rink. You can be skating around and then take a girl to the snack bar to get a hot chocolate, and then sit down and have a drink with her. So at the beach, for example, when you're doing day game, you meet a girl who's sitting on her towel, or you're swimming out in the water, and you go meet her and high five her, talk to her for a second. Oh, what'd you guys bring in your cooler? We got these beers. Da, da, da. What are you guys drinking on? And then usually you can take them to kind of like, go get a hot dog or a hamburger right there on the beach, and then maybe go sit back down at your towel and just chit chat with her for a while. And
Yeah.
so all of these different venues they're all kind of the same little things. It's the same principle. Even like a gym, you could be going out working out on the gym floor and meet a girl on the treadmill, and then usually most gyms will have like a juice bar, so you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go get a protein shake, do you want to join me? I'll go get a protein bar. In the gym that I work out at UNLV across the street, like, you could meet a chick on the treadmill or the elliptical, and then there's like kind of a little breakfast bar with eggs and bagels and protein shakes, and then there's chairs everywhere that you could sit down. Or even, for example, like, you could meet a chick at the yoga class or the spin class, or you could meet them, maybe she's on the elliptical or the treadmill, and you go, well, they do a spin class I was going to go to. Are you going to go to this afterwards? She might just go, okay. Next thing you know, you guys are like on the cycles together, having kind of like a little date inside of a gym, and then from there, get her number. So it's really like working the logistics of the situation. For me, like a martial artist, like, you got to use everything in your environment in order to, anything can become a weapon in order to defeat your enemy. So the same thing with dating, like, wherever you're at, try to look at the situation. What can I use? What's going to help me here to get this girl? Does that make sense?
Yeah, could you give me a game plan as far as moving forward about what to do?
Mm-hmm. So where you're at right now, working your ass off, like, have you been able to save any of the money that, because you're working your ass off, obviously, 80 hours a week, you're busting your ass.
Yeah, I'm saving my money up. I do food deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saving my money up to buy a scooter, to save gas, insurance.
So it seems like you kind of have a plan already in motion. It's like you're working, you're saving money, eventually you'll have your own place. And then, like, honestly, since it's only like 4 or 5 months away to that point, it might be better to just kind of like put the game on the back burner, almost go into like that with the MGTOW monk mode. Have you ever heard of that? Which is more like,
yeah, but I've been doing that, and it's making me miserable, dude. Like, I
gotcha.
I need to interact with women.
Okay. So then kind of like margining out like a time so that you could still get your hours in, and also like you got to find a day or two of the week to be able to just go out and approach, so you could start building some relationships. Yeah. Okay.
Because I work like 10 to 10 doing food deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably take 2 hours off in the afternoon and go to the mall and just I don't know, direct approach, whatever.
That sounds good. Yeah, I would say, like, yeah, if it's making you miserable, then yeah, you got to get out and do it. What I was going to suggest was taking that like 4 months off and putting it on the back burner, and then just focusing on yourself, get your place, and then you'll be at a better place to go out and do it and be able to get more results. But I understand where you're coming from.
Having your own place to bring women is good, but when you're living at home, it's embarrassing. But you still want to meet women because it's a part of being a man, But
You don't have to bring them back to your place where you're at, though, either. You can go to their house, or your car, the back of your car, a park.
what are some good openers to use? I don't know if when guys ask for openers, they're coming for weakness. Just just say what you want, you know. But
Yeah, I think generally, like, if you got like a guy who's really good looking, like 6'5" and looks like a male model, like, yeah, he could say whatever he wants, and women are just gonna be drooling over him because he's so good looking. And then you got like the average, normal looking guys, and it's like they kind of have to bring something better to the table in order to mask or make up for the fact that they have like less superior genetics, say, than the good looking guy. I like openers because it allows you to kind of free up the RAM on your mental hard drive. Because if I don't have to think of what to say, it's if it's already rehearsed and it's just gonna roll off the tongue, then it frees up my mind to think of other things. Like, I could be running my mouth with the opener, you know, hey, you guys, real quick, you look, you guys are cute or whatever, and I wanted to get them over here and meet you. So I'm like running my opener that's already rehearsed, and in my mind I'm thinking like, okay, as soon as she responds, next I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna try to move her over here to sit down and have a drink or something like that. And does that make sense?
yeah,
So usually, like, I'll use some of the same type of openers, just depending on the situation. A lot of times, like I said, I like to go direct, and the exact line I'll say is, I'll kind of drop my hand and I'm just like, hey, real quick, super random, you know, I saw you from over there, I'm with my buddy, so I can't stay long, but I thought you guys were super cute, or I thought you were super cute or stunning or adorable, or some kind of adjective, whatever. I just feel I don't memorize openers word for word. I know that I'm gonna say, hey, real quick, super random, I've got to go because of blank, but I thought you were super cute and I wanted to meet you. My name's Ryan. And then usually I'll just shake her hand or I'll give her a fist bump depending on the situation. And then after that, then I'm just like, well, like I said, I got to get going, but maybe we could trade information, and you know, I'll give you a call next week and try to convince you to come out and have a drink. Or I'll say, you know, if you're not doing anything, such and such date, I'm actually having a little get together. You're welcome to come. Let's trade information. Because I like the way that sounds. And like I said, since these are formulated in a certain way, you can write out whatever type of opener you want and memorize it, and then you don't have to think, oh, there's a hot chick, what do I say? Like, when I see a chick in a grocery store like Sprouts or Trader Joe's, I already know right away I'm going in with the absolutely adorable opener. So as soon as I see her, it's just leave my cart where it's at, and then I just walk over like, hey, so random, like, I saw you from over there, I thought you were super cute and I want to come meet you, my name's Ryan. And then if she's like, oh, thank you, if she seems excited, then it's just like, look, you know, I'm shopping, you're shopping, and I gotta go in a second, but maybe we could trade information. I could call you next week and try to convince you to come out and have a drink. And so when it rolls off the tongue really smooth like that, you seem like just a very confident, you know, charismatic person. You're coming like real smooth and slick, even though like in my body I might be nervous. I'm just like, man, this chick's hot, but she won't notice that much because it's so rehearsed. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
So you don't have to like memorize 1,000 different openers. Just have like 1, 2, or 3 kind of right there in your back pocket, so that, for example, when you take that couple hours off during the day to go approach, you won't have to think about it. I mean, just write it down in your phone, so when you go take your break, read it a few times in your phone, maybe practice in the mirror until you get it down and it's smooth, and then just start approaching and play that numbers game. Just don't think of it as like, oh, that's the girl I've got to get, like I got to have sex with her. Just think of it like she's like a sparring partner. I'm going to go in and I'm going to run this opener and see how she responds. And if she responds positively, good. if she says she has a boyfriend or she's not interested, then you don't need to waste your time with her anymore. Just go to the next target. Even if you walk across and you do that to another girl and she sees you, who cares? Like, she's a dead set, so you could just move on from there. And then just open the next girl and the next girl until one of them fucking says yes. And, you know, play that numbers game.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm kind of a guy who likes structure, and as far as a game plan, if you could give me like, I know it's weird, but like a set number of girls to talk to a week, where to go, you know, kind of like homework, man. I don't want to call it homework, but you know what I mean.
A mission.
A mission, dude.
Mission. So, since you're on a time crunch, maybe try through the course of the whole week, like maybe right now, just try between 20 and 50 girls in the time of 1 week. Now, eventually, ideally, like if you had all day to do that, talking to 20 or 50 different girls or groups of girls doesn't actually take that long. It only takes like maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Dude, I do deliveries in my car. Like, I see hot chicks. Like, I could literally just jump out of my car and open them real quick, or even when I'm on my scooter. You know.
Go try it. See how it goes for you at first. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of just get your foot in the water, test the water.
How many were you saying to do?
Try to do like maybe 20 to 50 per week, just to start. And if that seems to be too much, maybe drop it down to like 10 or 20.
What's your opinion on guys our age hitting up younger women? I mean, I know that's the way to go, but
yeah, well, I mean,
do they like it?
Why wouldn't you?
Do they like older guys hitting on them?
Definitely, if you have something to offer. Like, okay, you're a chick in high school. You're fucking like a senior in high school, 17, 18, whatever. And, you know, 25 or 30-year-old guy who has a car and a job, you know, and is interesting, like, he has stuff to offer them versus like, you know, 18-year-old senior in high school who has another like 18-year-old in high school who fucking, he doesn't have money. He works. He has to wash a car. He has to wash his mom's car just to take her out to like Olive Garden or a movie. He can't really do nothing for her. Whereas like you as a man, if you have a car and a job, you can protect. Or you could provide her with a lifestyle that she's gonna appreciate.
I mean, plus girls our age are awful.
Well, yeah, and they have a lot of baggage attached to them. They're clearly not in their prime. They're hitting the wall. Fat, wrinkled. They've had 4 kids by 4 different fucking Chads or Tyrones, and the pussy looks like fucking a beat up Arby's roast beef sandwich.
Emotional baggage.
Emotional baggage, yeah.
Yeah, and they want to make up for lost time. You know, when they're in their 20s, they kick good guys like us in the nuts, man. So like, fuck them, you know. It's a whole shit show, but yeah, younger girls are better.
Yeah, I mean, go for what you want. And then with approaching though, let's talk about like fashion with that. Like, how are you dressing too when you're doing this?
Yeah, I just dress like shit, dude. I have dress clothes, but I barely wear them. When I do delivery deals, I just wear the company shirt and a pair of pants or boxer or basketball shorts.
If you're gonna approach, I would suggest like dress up a little bit. Make them see you like, oh, this guy might have something to offer. Like, it doesn't have to be too expensive, but just like a nice pair of pants, and make sure that your shoes are new and clean, and then like a shirt, maybe a nice button up, I can't really see like your hair and face and stuff because it's kind of dark on the video.
Dude, I'm a good looking guy. I'm 6'3". What's wrong?
6'3", that's good.
Yeah, it is really good, dude. This is probably the first thing girls look at. Alright, so that's me. I just gotta shave a little bit.
So yeah, I would definitely say like shaving to get rid of like the salt and pepper aspect.
I know I look good. I'm 6'3", so like when you look good and you go to a girl, step to a girl, like you automatically have it in. Like she's not gonna fuck you, but she's always gonna give you a chance. Yeah, if you give me a couple openers I could use during the week. Hey, I thought you were cute.
Try it again, like try it as if you were really gonna approach her.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were cool. I wanted to come say hi.
Eye contact.
Even if you say it like nonchalant, I thought you were kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought instead of being like an overexcited little kid, like, oh, you're so hot, I had to come say hi.
Right? Yeah. Don't do that.
Like guys do that shit.
And your teeth are hella white too. That's good. See, if you smile and you have all your teeth, so like you have all your teeth and they're white, so you're doing a lot better. Do you have like a nice shirt?
Yeah, I got some nice shirts, a couple of shirts. I go like Goodwill and buy shirts. It's no big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Maybe
that's fine.
some accessories, bracelets, or a watch, or I don't know. Some guys say I should get tattoos.
They don't really make a difference. The only thing that you're gonna what I've learned is the only thing that tattoos or like a beard really do is attract girls that like tattoos or beards, but you're not gonna get more girls. You're just gonna get a different like type of girl. If you like them, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I feel you. So yeah, your mission was to open 20 girls a week.
Try to start with that. If you only got like that 2 hours during the day, then try to maybe do 5 or 10 good sets. Find girls that you're interested in, or just at first just talk to anybody. Even if she could be like a fat land whale or whatever, like, but just warm up. Like, oh, you see, it doesn't mean that you have to fuck her or that you have to ever call her. Just try to go through the process of being able to go up to a girl and be like, hey, I like your vibe, or I like your style. I thought you were cute. Just some kind of casual little comment, and hey, I really like your style. And then say her name. Give her a little handshake. Or like I said, I like to just do a fist bump a lot of times. I'll just do that because it's Corona time. So sometimes people aren't like, they don't want like a stranger around them. Or you could do the chicken wing one. You go, oh yeah, it's Corona time, but yeah, I'll give you a chicken wing. And you just put your elbow like that, and then she'll touch your elbow to it, which is kind of like fun and flirty. Or you could be like, hey, what's up? Just give her a fist bump. Give her the rock. And then get into like a little casual conversation, trade information, get her phone number, and then just dip. And then you're like, okay, just like you're going to the gym, okay, I'm going to do, 3 sets of 10 reps on the bench press. So you pump out your reps, then go take a break. Then go do another set, then go take a break. So talk to a chick, and then go to 7-Eleven and get a coffee. Then talk to another chick, and, hang out for a few minutes, and then go talk to another chick.
Yeah. Like, how do you deal with anxiety and putting yourself out there? I know you don't have it, obviously.
No, I think everybody I know has it still. It's just more like, yeah, your heart maybe start beating, or you have a self-esteem issue and you feel like, oh, I don't know if she's going to like me. Or, hey, there's people watching me. This is awkward. But so generally I'll kind of like warm up my hands a little bit, and then I just focus on my breathing, where like you wouldn't really notice it, but I see the girl kind of like, so like I might take a couple like deep breaths just to slow my heart rate, and just kind of like warm my hands a little bit. And then, then have you ever heard of the 3-second rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I'll follow the 3-second rule where I'm like, okay, like I have 3 seconds to approach this chick, otherwise it's gonna look like I'm that creepy guy that's just kind of like looking at her but won't approach, and it obviously will lower my value if she notices. This guy over here is checking me out, but he won't say nothing, so he doesn't have no fucking balls. So it's kind of like you have to approach. And so, okay, as soon as I see her, I'm just like, okay, then I go in, hey, real quick, and then I just kind of put on that swag, even though inside I might be nervous. I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm talking to this chick, like the cashier is watching me, this guy over here. But these other people around here, I like to just think of them as like phantoms, or they're just NPCs, non-player characters in this video game. And my job is to go in and get that girl's number. And so I'm just kind of like, these people are ghosts. I don't even worry about them. So I'll just go in and do what I have to do. Whether she's going to give me her number or she's going to turn me down, one way or another, I just have to approach.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, it's good advice. So mission is 20 people a week. 20 people a week using whatever opener.
Yeah, try that for now and just see how it goes. And after like a week or two, kind of judge your results, see if you're doing better than you were. If you notice things that work, keep doing them. If you see things that are just not working, get rid of them.
Yeah. And as far as fashion, what should I get? Like, I want to say like Calvin Klein or whatever guys wear.
If you like that, I don't think you need to really worry about the brand. Just like you said, if you go into the Goodwill or to the Savers or any of those shops, if that's the budget that you have, just find something that looks nice. Make sure you iron it, and if you can find something with that's polyester, because usually they're slicker and they won't wrinkle, and don't button the top button. Show like a little chest. It looks better than wearing an undershirt underneath, because then it looks like you're going to a job rather than you're this guy who's just hanging out like a cool dude. And make sure there's no pockets on it in the front.
The pockets.
Because when you have a button-up shirt with a pocket, it's generally a work shirt, versus a going out to the club shirt won't usually have any pockets.
You think I should go to clubs?
If you want to. Like I said, it's a different kind of game. The same girls that are at the beach in Florida are going to be at the club, but then you have to deal with the loud noise. You got to deal with other guys trying to hit on them, and they've already been hit on 20 or 30 times, so their shield is already up. When you could go to the bookstore on Monday morning, and that same hot girl is going to be there. For example, I live across the street from the UNLV college. So the same chicks that are at Caesar's Palace at the club over there, on Friday night, are the same fucking hot cheerleaders that practice on the field. Or that are walking around in between class with their backpack on. They're just wearing different clothes. And not 30 guys have probably hit on them that day where they're like, oh, these fucking guys are trying to talk to me. I would rather just walk across the street to the college on a Tuesday afternoon at noon, and in between class, oh, there's the hot chick. Why not talk to her now and try to hey, you seem cute. I was about to go over to the student union to have some orange chicken if you want to join me for lunch. I would rather do that than go to a club on Friday night when she's already been hit on 50 times. And when women are at clubs, they love that validation and that attention, but they will blow off guys just for fun, just to look cool in front of their girlfriends. Oh, look at this guy, he wants me so bad. They'll dance with you for a second, then they'll ghost you because it's a fun game for them. She's not going to do that on Tuesday morning at the Starbucks, you know what I mean?
If I go to clubs, my anxiety will go through the roof. I used to get drunk to go to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's crazy.
I would use that height to your advantage too. Being 6'3", and if you put on some kind of like some lifts in your shoes, next day you'd be fucking 6'5". You'll be towering over these bitches.
You must be tall too.
I'm 6 foot, so. But I use lifts in my shoes and I can become 6'3". But I do notice when I put those lifts in my shoes and I walk around Target, like girls will literally like, they look at me more than when I'm just wearing regular shoes. Just having that extra 3 inches of height.
Yeah.
Like when I walk around at 6 foot, sometimes a girl might be like, she might smile and say hi, but she's usually a fat land whale. And if I put lifts in my shoes and I'm 6'3" walking around Target, like cuter girls that are like 7.5 or 8 out of 10 will look at me and kind of smile. And I'm like, wow, that's weird. Like just the three inches in height makes a difference.
It really does. Hey, do you do boot camps?
Yeah.
You do? You still do them?
Oh yeah, all the time. When people are like in Vegas or whatever, it just depends. Couple hours or whatever. I usually do like 2 hours for $250, and it's taking them down to the mall usually to start doing some day game for like 2 hours, or I have a 4 hour and an 8 hour package.
Oh, so you don't go to clubs all night? You just do it?
No,
hours?
I'll do the clubs. It's just that most people, when they're new to it, it's easier to start them in a mall for like 2 hours to kind of see what they got, instead of just taking them right to excess at the Win, and then they're like, oh, I've never done game before, and then they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I feel like they get more results usually if I start them like at a mall doing day game. Hey, go talk to that girl, and then I can kind of see what they've got, and I can help them correct their approach in that like slower, relaxed environment. And if they're doing good there, and then they want to do training in a club, then we'll set up like a night session.
Yeah, I saw a video of yours. You had some dude approaching at Las Vegas, and you were listening to him. You were really like next to him. You were listening to him.
Oh yeah, hell yeah,
yeah.
Sometimes if they pay extra, then we'll use all that equipment and stuff. Generally, don't do that in the clubs as much because it's harder to get it in. Because when you show up with like microphones and recording devices and cameras to the nightclubs in Vegas, they don't like they don't like that so much.
Yeah.
Oh, let me grab your email real quick, because I give everyone who does a coaching session a free book. Cool. I'm gonna send you my book, The Ultimate Guide to Picking Up Girls with a Wingman, and it has a shit ton of openers, and it has all the little strategies, whether you go out by yourself or with a friend, you can use them. And then it has like little stories where I break it down of exactly what I said to the girl and how she responded and things like that. It might help you out.
That's good. That's an ebook, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send it as an ebook.
Ebook and the missions. Okay, cool. I was working with a guy last year. He was really good. He had me approaching. He was listening to my approaches, and he kind of critiqued me. He used a Bluetooth.
Nice.
And pretty cool. And I talked to one of the girls, and it was a win for him.
Oh hell yeah.
A win for me. All right, Ryan, you're awesome, man.
Cool, brother. I hope that some of that helped you out, and yeah, man, I wish you the best, dude. It's going to be a tough next couple months, just busting your ass and working, but once that time passes and you're back in your own spot, like, you're going to have a much better position to get out there and have a place to bring chicks back to and stuff.
I'll do a boot camp with you, $250 for a couple hours.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know. It's the same thing. It just pays into PayPal, and then we set up a time and go hit up Fashion Show Mall down on the Strip.
You help me with fashion?
No, that's what the mall is called on the Strip in Vegas. It's called Fashion Show.
But could you help me with fashion to look good?
Oh yeah. We can walk through the mall too, or give you a couple ideas.
Fashion show. I just got to pay to get there. Okay. All right, man. Well, thanks for your time.
All right, brother.
Really good shit.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night, man, and best of luck to you.
I'll look for your email. Thank you.
Okay, I'll send it right now. Cheers, brother.